How's it going, guys? As you know, we always like to do Testing Tuesday videos. Sometimes we test a product, sometimes we review a product. And so today we want to give the final review of what I have in my hand, the PulseDive made by Nokta Makro. Southern Relics was actually given this product from CT Relic Digger, and we won it in a giveaway for Halloween last year, 2019. And man, we put this thing right to use, and at about the same time I got the Amphibio with those headphones. I wasn't familiar with the PulseDive, but I pulled this thing out of the box and began to use this thing on hunts with land, and I use it as a pinpointer. Also this summer we have been using it in the water in the scuba detector function. And man, this thing has been great. I've been loving this thing. So first of all, I just want you to see again, here it is. And it's got a little sand on it where I was using it the other day in the water. But this is the unit, and it's very simple. It's got these 3 buttons right here, power, and it's got these other 2 as well. And you can change your sensitivity, and you can also change some other features on this thing and the modes that it's in. This thing comes standard with this end on it. You can actually buy this thing just as a pinpointer, and I'll put that in the description. If this is something you might be interested in, I'll put it in the description where you can get that thing from Calico, and it's just the pinpointer function. But we're going to show you real quick how to break this thing down and change it from the pulse detector over to the pinpointer. And it has a way here you can disconnect it. You just want to turn this unit like so and disconnect it, and it has that little rubber end that you put on the end there to protect it. Then you take the other piece, this is your pinpointer accessory, and you basically take off this rubber cap and you put it on this one, and you take this here and you apply it on the same way, and it becomes a pinpointer. And it goes on the same way. You push it on, then you want to turn it, and when you turn it, that little rubber seal in there locks it. And you can actually use this underwater as well, just like this. It also has this. It's pretty dirty because I've used it and I really haven't cleaned it up for the video, but it has this here, the piece there, and you just put it on the end there, and it protects that piece there. And I always use this thing, I always use that cover and that cap just to protect that black accessory for your pinpointer. Also, this thing comes with 2 end caps, and there's a reason behind it. When you're metal detecting on land, you can use this one, and it has those little grooves there, and that just allows that sound to come out pretty loud. And you put that one on, and you use that when you want to metal detect on land and you want to use it as a pinpointer. Then I just turned it on, turn it back off. When you're in the water, do not use this in the water. I promise you it will fry this thing. You want to put on the cap that has the rubber seal in it. Make sure the rubber seal's in it, and it's a complete cap. You just stick it on, you get a good solid fit there. But yes, now this thing is in the pinpointer function, but I love that rubber cap because it just helps protect that end piece there, so that way you don't have any kind of damage going on with that. Nokta Makro is very thoughtful in how they make their products and how they present them and sell them to make sure that you have the proper protection of the gear that you have while it's in storage and also while it's in use. But yes, just to mount that PulseDive end back on the end there, put it just like so, make sure you got the right cap, and you are waterproof. So let me give you my pros on this detector. And it is truly a detector, because if you've seen the water hunts where I've been in the water and I have been detecting with it with that coil, these are some awesome pros. I have one con, and it's not really a con, it's just, again, it's preference. I know I talk about preference a lot, but that's what it is. There's a bunch of pros to this thing. Number 1, it pairs with the Nokta Makro wireless headphones. And you see those wireless headphones that I have, you got the green wireless headphones and the blue wireless headphones. I believe it'll pair with both of them, but I have the green ones because I have the Simplex. It will pair with those as well as the Simplex, and this is what's cool about it. When you're metal detecting with the Simplex and it's going through the headphones, I'm not giving you a review on the headphones, but I want you to see and understand what's going on with this pinpointer. Is when you're metal detecting with the Simplex with the headphones, when you turn on this detector, when you turn on the PulseDive pinpointer, as soon as you turn it on, the Simplex goes quiet from your ears, and now you hear the PulseDive. Now, there is one setback with that. When you are using the PulseDive pinpointer with your headphones, your wireless headphones, there is no vibrate in your hand when you're using the pinpointer. It's all in the ears. It's not a negative thing, but I just wanted to throw it out there. Something really cool, and I believe this is something I want to try to get next, especially as much water hunting that we are doing now in the summertime. And I'm going to get in contact with Kilico and order one of these things, and that's that 8-inch. It's got that 8-inch coil. If I'm not mistaken, this is either a 4 or 5 inches, I can't remember, but they make an 8-inch, and it makes it pretty good size. I mean, 8 inches, that's pretty good size. And it gives you an 8-inch coil to metal detect underwater. Absolutely awesome. I mentioned this already, but I'll mention it again. Also, not only does it vibrate and beep at the same time, you can set it to where it just beeps. And again, that's how the headphones are set up. When you have it set up with the headphones, it does not vibrate. Then you can also go stealth mode, if you want to call it, and you can just do the vibrate. So if you don't want to pair it with your headphones, you can put it in vibrate mode, and that way you're all the time locked in with your detector with the headphones on, and you can be in complete stealth mode. Nobody even know you're in the woods. If that's what you want to do, if that's how you want to metal detect. Another thing I like about this product is it has a rechargeable battery. I have other pinpointers, and what you have to do is you have to change batteries, and it gets old because batteries die. What's good about this detector and this pinpointer is that you can plug this thing right in the wall, just like you plug in your cell phone, and bam, you're ready. Within an hour and a half, the thing's charged up, ready to go, and you're back on the road. And what's cool is also, if you're out there metal detecting all day and this thing, the battery gets low, or if you have a battery power pack, you can actually hook that thing up to that power pack, and it will charge that battery just as well as it will in the wall. And you may not think it's important, but I do. But I like the fact that it is yellow, because you can't lose this thing. I love it in the water because it's really bright. And last but not least, I will mention one more thing, and that's the cons that I see in this thing. When we were at Vane Mountain, North Carolina a couple weeks ago, we actually took this PulseDive, and the whole reason was our good buddies at Vane Mountain, North Carolina at the LDMA property, they had some gold nuggets. And we mentioned in the video, reason why we couldn't check it is because we don't have gold nuggets that big. They were nice enough to let us test a 1.8 gram nugget and a 0.8 gram nugget. In doing so, we took this PulseDive in its configuration that it's in now. It was in the highest setting of sensitivity. It picked up the 1.8 gram nugget, but it did not pick up the 0.8 gram nugget consistently. There's one time when it actually, Jacob ran that PulseDive right over top of that 0.8 gram, and it went off one time, but then he went back over it again and it didn't pick it up. And I think that's because of the low frequency that it is set on. It is set at 3 kilohertz, which is very low. And if you know anything about your detectors, gold likes to be picked up with a high frequency detector, but it is a pulse machine. The 0.8 gold nugget, it was having issue with it, but it will pick them up. Where this thing thrives really well in the PulseDive is when you're snorkeling, need to waist deep water, and you can metal detect that entire beach area with the PulseDive, and it is amazing. The stuff I've pulled out of the ground with it, and I was where I was detecting at when I found that silver ring with this thing, awesome. I believe I was around hip to waist deep water, and this thing picked up that silver ring, and it was just a little bit under the surface, but it picked it up. Man, I have loved this thing. It has found me silver rings. It has found me some cool relics in the ground. It has found me some coins in the water. I mean, this thing has done great, and haven't had an issue with it whatsoever. Not one time has it failed me. So now you say, well, Stephen, how do I get one of these things? Well, in the description down below, I have a link to the PulseDive, and you can order that straight from Kilico. If you'll click that link, it'll take you right to Kilico's website, and you can purchase that thing. And yes, it will help us a little bit financially to support the channel, and we would appreciate that. And also, before you order that, if it's something you are interested in, before you order it, please contact us via email. We also have our Facebook page, Southern Relics. We also have our Instagram page, Southern Relics 864. Contact us before you place that order through that link, so that way we can help walk you through that purchase. The next 2 videos is just going to be me. It's going to be those beach hunting videos with that Simplex SP24 coil, that brand new small elliptical coil. I promise you, you do not want to miss Saturday's video from what I found at the beach with the new coil. You don't want to miss it. Also, if you remember, we mentioned a couple weeks ago that we was going to give away some t-shirts and a couple hats from Nokta Makro. There are some more giveaways coming, and they'll be here in a couple weeks. So stay tuned. We appreciate you watching. Hope you have a good day. God bless. We will see you Saturday.